All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome into Jammin' Sports on this Monday. Viking Skywalker enjoying the music. It's the music from NFL Films, 1970s era NFL Films music, which that was when they really hit their stride. We had some of their great instrumental music with our highlight shows. Anyway, we kick off week number 5 of our current sim season. We'll have our Thursday night game to kick things off. It'll be the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. And Evil Dead, when he came on, he goes, well, this is an exciting matchup. Well, they're both 0-4 coming in. Something's got to give. It's really a surprise that Dallas is 0-4, a playoff team from last season. They finished the regular season with an 11-5 record, made the playoffs as a wild card. Panthers, not so much. They're 0-4, and they have issues, but something's got to give here. It's their first meeting of the season. Our second game will be the Cardinals and the Bengals. The Cardinals are 3-1, and the Bengals are 1-3, and that game will be from London, our second London game, our final London game of the season. All right, let's take a look at the standings right now. Evil Dead is now 36-31. Viking is 12-5. 5 on the season. Braden's 18-16. Mech is 0-3. CJ is 3-3. We haven't seen them in a while. TMG is 6-7. And Jax is 19-16. We'll find out who they want to pick in this next game here in a second as we roll on. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. All right, let's head out to Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina for this one. Cowboys-Panthers here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. It's the Cowboys and the Panthers. And welcome into another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. Great to have you along. Our Thursday night game to kick off the week. Evil Dead's going with the Cowboys. At least they don't have male cheerleaders. We'll find out who everyone else is taking. Viking Skywalker is taking Carolina. They don't have female cheerleaders either. Carolina will get the opening kickoff run away from the 4-yard line. Quick on the return. And he brings it out to the 30-yard line. John Quick, the rookie out of Georgia. And that's where Carolina has it. Giants fan has joined us. How you doing, Giants fan? And he's taking Carolina in this one. Good to see you, Giants fan, as always. Luke George, the starting quarterback, the rookie out of California, Berkeley. How are things on the West Coast there, Giants fan? Great to see you. Our good friend from Oregon, in the Pacific Northwest, which is God's country. I used to live up there a long time ago. Beautiful Pacific Northwest. 1st and 10, Carolina from the 30-yard line. I used to live south of Seattle when I was in junior high. Federal Way, Washington. Maybe you know where it is. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. George looking. George rolls out. He's in trouble. He's going to take off. And Luke George weaving his way down to the 39-yard line, a gain of 9. Bernard Henderson, the linebacker, on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 1. He just got off work. I got off work about an hour ago. Ate dinner, and now I'm here. It'll bring up 2nd and 1 for Carolina at their own 39-yard line. Just underway. Live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Our Week 5 Thursday game to kick off the week. On 2nd and 1. George hands off to Ricky, not Ricky. That's the other Holt. Darryl Holt. Ricky Holt plays for the 49ers. Darryl Holt, a 2-yard gain out to the 41-yard line. The 10th year back out of Maryland. And that'll be a first down for the Panthers. Raining here in Charlotte. Yep, 19 working for me. I did a workaround. I'll explain it in a second. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. George looking. George rolls out. And George is going to take off. And he's out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A gain of 7. Jax is here. Jax, make a pick. Dallas, I got you. What I did, Giants fan, is I factory reset my PS5. Cleared everything out of it. And then I went in the console settings and turned off the updates. So I can't receive any updates. And then I reloaded 19 and it worked. And so far it's been working. 2nd and 3 from the 49-yard line. in the I formation. George under center. George hands off to Holt. And Darryl Holt out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 3 yards, and that'll be a Carolina first down. Both teams are 0-4, so somebody tonight is going to walk away 0-5, and the other team's going to get their first win of the season. We're in week 5. That puts us in the first week of October. We're now in the October portion of the schedule. First and 10, Panthers from the Dallas 48-yard line. Opening drive still. George looking, throws, caught by Quick, and John Quick down to the 36-yard line. A gain of 12, and that'll be a Carolina first down. Nice opening drive by the Panthers so far. It's a doubleheader tonight. We'll have the Cardinals and the Bengals up next. We'll be in London for that one. Our second and final London game. First and 10 for Carolina at the Dallas 36-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield. George amongst them in the shotgun. George to Holt, and Darryl Holt down the sideline picks up the first down to the 25. A gain of 11. Kerry Rule, the linebacker, on the tackle, but it's first down, Carolina. Nice run by Darryl Holt. Kerry Rule, the linebacker, in his 10th year out of UTEP. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. 4 wide for Carolina. George in the shotgun. George drops back, throws outside, and incomplete. Threw it a bit too far. Bruce Hammond, the intended receiver. Here's the Panthers offense. Up front, Benjamin, Crawford, Alford, Beasley, and Polk. And then it's Quick, Sanders, Holt, Moore, and Franklin. We start week 5 with this game. We only have 3 undefeated teams left. Buffalo, the Giants, and San Francisco are the 3 4-0 teams. Second and 10 from the 25-yard line. George in the shotgun. George hands off to Holt, and Darryl Holt inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. A gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 4. Kerry Rule on the tackle for Dallas. We have a few 0-4 teams, 3 of them in the NFC East. Carolina, Dallas, and the Redskins are all 0-4. 3rd and 4 from the 19-yard line. George looking. George throws, caught by Moore, down to the 6-yard line. Jared Moore, the tight end, in his 2nd year out of Notre Dame. Good for 13 yards. First down, Panthers. Long sustained drive by Carolina. First and goal from the 6. Eating up a lot of time. 4:15 left in the first quarter. George under center. 4 receivers set wide. George looking. George rolls out. Throws inside. Caught by Quick. Picks up 2 down to the 4-yard line. Let's take a look at the Dallas defense. Cowboys play a 4-3. Watts, Steelman, Hackett, and Sanders up front. Linebackers, Richmond, Rule, and Phillips. And the secondary, Jefferson, Patton, Phillips, and Keaton. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. Still the opening drive of the game. Panthers come out. George in the shotgun. George hands off to Dixon. And Dixon makes his way to the 1-yard line. Darrell Dixon, the 2nd year back out of Stanford. Steelman on the tackle. Philip Steelman in his 2nd year out of Ole Miss. 3rd and goal for Carolina at the 1-yard line. Boy, 3:20 left in the first. They're eating up a lot of time. 4 wide. George in the gun. George rolls out. George is going to take off, and he scores the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Luke George, the rookie out of California. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff, march down the field, and get a touchdown. That was a long drive. And now Hudson Bronner, the kicker, will come on, the rookie out of San Diego State, for the extra point. Snap, kick is up. Uh-oh. No good. He missed it. I don't know if that got tipped or it was a bad kick. The extra point's no good. And Carolina leads it 6-0 with 3:08 left to play in the first quarter. Here at Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. Week 5, our Thursday game to kick off the week here at Jammin' Sports. Derek White, the punter, will kick off for Carolina. There's the kick. This will be fielded at the goal line by Jamal Banks over the 20, 25, and Banks out to the 25-yard line in his second year out of Nebraska. And now the starting quarterback for Dallas, Carson Beck, the second-year quarterback out of Georgia. Dallas 0-4. They lost to Buffalo in Buffalo, lost to Detroit in Detroit, and then lost at home to the Jets, and last week lost at home to the Giants. That's how they're 0-4. Carolina, I'll tell you how they went 0-4. Let's see. I'll tell you right after this. 1st and 10, Cowboys from their own 25-yard line. Beck under center. Beck to Baxter. And Sam Baxter weaving his way out to the 38-yard line, a gain of 13. All right, Carolina. They lost to the Giants 31-17 at home. Lost to New England 20-17 at home. Then lost to the Giants again on the road 22-19. And then last week, the Panthers lost to Philadelphia 35-21. That's how Carolina is 0-4. Somebody's going to win tonight. 1st and 10, Cowboys down 6-0. They have it at their own 38-yard line. 4 receivers set. Well, everybody's in tight. Beck under center. Beck, play action, throws, caught by Elliott out to the 47-yard line. A gain of 9. That's number 89. That's Bill Elliott, the rookie tight end out of Baylor, on the catch. And that'll bring up 2nd and 1. In the rain here in Charlotte. 2nd and 1 from the 47-yard line. Carson Beck, the quarterback, under center. Gibson in motion. Beck to Baxter again, gets the first down into Carolina territory, down to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Dallas. On the tackle, number 94 for the Panthers. That's Trevor Norton, the rookie out of Missouri. .140 left in the first quarter. Clock is moving. Panthers lead it 6-0. Dallas on the move. Beck under center in the I formation. Beck, play action, and he's going to get sacked back at the 49-yard line. Coming around the outside, number 55, Dwayne Gates, the 5th-year linebacker out of Arizona. A loss of 8 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 18. I don't think anybody blocked him. Well, no. Well, he did. He got around the side. The tackle didn't hold his block. He let him go. That'll back the Cowboys up to their own 49-yard line. 2nd and 18. A minute 10 left. here in the first quarter. Beck in the shotgun. Beck looking, throws, dumps it off to Baxter, and Sam Baxter out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 10. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. On the tackle, Wade Sullivan, the linebacker, in his 5th year out of Michigan. 3rd and 8 for Dallas at the Carolina 41-yard line. Carson Beck in the shotgun. 4 receivers set wide. Banks in motion. Beck drops back. Beck throws and caught by Plant. Tom Plant down to the 30-yard line. Old reliable. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. The 12th year receiver out of Texas Christian, Tom Plant. On the tackle, Everett McCleskey, the 3rd year defensive back out of Akron. And that'll be a Cowboy first down. Well, the Panthers had a long drive for their touchdown. And now Dallas with a long drive at the moment. This will be the last play of the first quarter if they get the play off. In the I formation. They don't. At the end of one, Panthers lead at 6-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. We go to the second quarter. The 0-4 Cowboys, the 0-4 Panthers. 1st and 10 for Dallas at the Carolina 30-yard line. Panthers lead at 6-0. Dallas tried to tie it up and take the lead with a touchdown. Cowboys come out. Beck under center. Everybody in tight. Beck to Baxter, and Baxter breaks away. Baxter, he's a strong back down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 14 yards. First down, Dallas. He's probably the strongest running back in the league still, Sam Baxter. Overall, his rating is 98 in his 12th year at USC. There's faster backs, but I don't think there's stronger backs. First and 10, Dallas at the Carolina 16-yard line. Everybody in tight once again. Beck under center. Beck to Baxter again, and Baxter gets outside, and Baxter down to the 7-yard line. A gain of 9. It's going to be 2nd and inches for Dallas. He doesn't have like world-class sprinter speed. He's not fast, but he's quick, if you know what I mean. It'll be 2nd and inches from the 7-yard line. Cowboys come out in the I. Beck, play action. Dumps it off to the fullback, Burton. And Burton down to the 9-yard line. A loss of 2 yards on the play. O'Neal comes in and makes the tackle, Eric O'Neal. CJ has joined us. How you doing, CJ? We haven't seen you in a while. Welcome on back to Jammin' Sports. The first half of our doubleheader tonight. We have the Cardinals and the Bengals after this. The surprising Cardinals are 3-1. 3rd and 2 from the 9-yard line. Carolina leads at 6-0 here in the second quarter. I got you, CJ. In the I formation, Beck under center. Beck to Baxter. Gets outside, and Baxter will lose 2 more yards. On the tackle that time, number 93, Damian Griffey, in his 5th year out of Penn State. Dallas going backwards all of a sudden. CJ rooting for the Cowboys. It'll be 4th and 5 for Dallas. They're going to have to settle for a field goal. Robert Riker, the rookie out of Iowa, This will be from 28 yards to get the Cowboys on the board. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. Dallas scores, but the Panthers lead it 6-3 with 6:01 remaining. Here in the first half, live from Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina, Week 5. Our Thursday game here at Jammin' Sports. Viking Skywalker has taken Carolina. Jax and Evil Dead have taken Dallas in this one. Carolina scored a touchdown. They missed the extra point, in case you're wondering. And now Riker will kick off. From the goal line, Cunningham over the 15, 20, 25, and John Cunningham out to the 28-yard line, the fourth-year receiver out of Oregon. 5:57 left in the half. Carolina leads at 6-3. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Who do they play next week in Week 6? I'm about to tell you. Carolina will play at New Orleans. And Dallas next week, looking at the schedule here, will host the Redskins. Redskins are also 0-4. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line in the offset eye. George hands off to Darryl Holt. And Holt, a flag is down. He escapes down the field into Dallas territory, but a flag is down as he gets all the way down to the Dallas 44. But I get the feeling this one's coming back.
Holding offense.
Holding on Carolina. That negates a nice run by Darryl Holt.
Still first down.
It'll back him up. That happened a yard downfield to be 1st and 19 at the 19-yard line. 5:49 left to play here in the first half. Panthers come out in the I formation. George under center. George, play action. Nice block. George rolls out, throws, and it bounces off a linebacker who wasn't looking. Kerry Rule wasn't looking for the football. It hits him in the back. Incomplete. They were looking for Thomas Weathers, the fullback, out of the backfield. It'll be 2nd and 19 at the 19-yard line. 4 wide for Carolina. George in the shotgun.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
George to Holt. And Darryl Holt picks up 3 or 2 out to the 21-yard line. Renard Henderson on the tackle, the linebacker. It'll be 3rd and 17 for Carolina. 5:13 and counting. Here in the first half. 4 wide, George in the shotgun. George looking. George throws, caught by Franklin. Out to the 43-yard line, 22 yards to J.T. Franklin, the 5th-year receiver out of SMU. The former Raider. Hall the notes. Greg Phillips, the safety, made the tackle. Darryl Holt and John Holtz. Those two were great together back in the 70s and 80s. They don't get along now. They've been in court fighting each other for the last couple of years. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line, 4 wide. George in the shotgun.
Here we go.
George fakes the handoff, throws near side, and he led his receiver too much. He was looking to hit Jared Moore, the tight end. They settled it. Didn't they settle it like a week or so ago? I remember hearing something about it. 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line for Carolina. 4.5 minutes left in the half. 4 wide. George in the shotgun. George to Holt. And Holt to the 45, a gain of 2 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Clock continues to move in the rain here in Charlotte. 4:12 and counting in the first half. 3rd and 8 for the Panthers. George in the shotgun. George back. Rolls outside, throws, and it's nearly picked off. Broken up by number 96, Orlando Sanders, the defensive end. It'll be 4th down. Yeah, Daryl Hall sang most all of the songs. It'll be 4th down. The Panthers will punt on 4th and 8. Derek White, the 10th-year punter out of Notre Dame, will come on. White gets the punt away. Inside the 10. Oh, look at it stop. And down at the 8-yard line. Nice punt. And that's where the Cowboys will take over. 1st and 10, down 6-3. Some Panther highlights. Or Cowboy highlights, whichever one you want. How many highlights can there be? They only have 3 points. 1st and 10, Dallas at their own 8-yard line. 3:56 left in the first half. Panthers lead it 6-3. Our last few games have been high scoring. This one, not so much. 4 wide for Dallas. Beck in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Beck draws back. Beck looking. Beck throws deep down the near sideline. And it's overthrown. Incomplete. He was looking for Jamal Banks. He was overthrown. He was well covered by Russ Snow, the 3rd-year safety out of Iowa. 2nd and 10 for Dallas at their own 8-yard line. Four wide for the Cowboys. Beck under center. 2nd and 10. Beck to Baxter. Gets hit in the backfield. Slammed to the turf by the aforementioned Russ Snow. A loss of 3 yards. Snow came up on the safety blitz and just nailed him. That's no easy task because Baxter's a big back and he's a strong back. Leverage will beat strength every time. 3rd and 13 for Dallas at the 4-yard line. In the offset eye, Beck under center. Beck to Baxter, and Baxter weaving his way. Gets a little bit of yardage, 5 yards out to the 9. Snow again on the tackle. It'll be 4th and 9 for Dallas at their own 9-yard line. And the Cowboys will probably punt, I would imagine. Cardinals-Bengals up next. The second half of our doubleheader. And then we'll throw on a college game after that. On 4th and 9, Andrew Jamison back to punt. Jamison gets the punt away. Cunningham from about the 36-yard line across midfield. And John Cunningham to the Dallas 46-yard line. Carolina with great field position at the Dallas 46. 2:49 left here in the first half. Let's see if the Panthers can make this a 2-score game. First and 10, Carolina. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. George in the shotgun. George drops back. Throws downfield, caught by Franklin. J.T. Franklin stumbles down at the 22. A touchdown saving tackle by Aaron Jefferson, the defensive back. That's a gain of 24 yards. And a first down for the Panthers. The former Raider wide receiver, J.T. Franklin. Raiders let him go. Panthers picked him up. Whoever loses this game, you can put a fork in them. They're not going to make the playoffs. And we're only in week 5. they're not mathematically eliminated. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. 4 wide. George in the shotgun. George drops back. George looking. And he gets taken down at the 27. A loss of 5. Orlando Sanders on the tackle, the defensive end. Making a loss of 4, be 2nd and 14. And I believe that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. As we watch the replay. Two-minute warning. Panthers lead at 6-3 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. The banking capital of the South. If you've ever driven through Charlotte, nothing but bank buildings downtown. I mean, there's all over the place. And insurance buildings, too. 2nd and 14 for Carolina. They have it at the Dallas 27-yard line. 5 receivers wide, empty backfield for Luke George in the shotgun. George drops back. George looking, throws. Caught by Moore, and Jared Moore, touchdown. Carolina. A 27-yard touchdown catch by Jared Moore, the second-year tight end out of Notre Dame. And the Panthers go up by 9, 12-3 with the extra point coming. You were just in Charlotte today, drove by that stadium. I think it's still a quality stadium. I've been there. I was last there about 6 years ago. I went to a Tennessee game there. Kick is up. Extra point. Oh, he missed it. That's 2 missed extra points by Hudson Bronner. Might have to check him out after the game. 12-3. Carolina leads it. Somebody just joining would think the Panthers have 4 field goals. No, they have 2 touchdowns and 2 missed extra points. That's why they're 0-4. I'll check him out after the game, make sure he's all right. There's the kickoff. He's kicking off just fine at the 3-yard line. Holiday brings it out to the 27-yard line. Marvin Holiday. And now Dallas with a chance to score here before halftime. They have all 3 of their timeouts. 1:52 left. We have the Cardinals and the Bengals after this. It'll be our second and final London game of the season. Our first London game was last week. Buffalo beating Houston quite handily. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Carson Beck, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Beck looking. Beck throws, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Breaking up the pass, number 51, Wade Sullivan, the linebacker in his 5th year. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. They were looking for Tom Plant across the middle. He's a secret cowboy. He's a secret cowboy. 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. I got some news. I got to share some news. 2nd and 10. Beck looking. Beck throws. Caught by Marshall. No, he drops it. Incomplete. That was broken up by number 24. That's Dwayne Smith in his 10th year out of Clemson. I don't congratulate the Cleveland Browns in real life very often, but I will do so today. The Browns declined the NFL's request that they hire female cheerleaders, like the Vikings. And the Browns said, hell no. Beck to Baxter. Baxter to the 29-yard line. Going to bring up 4th and 8. And the Panthers take a timeout. They want the ball back. I was reading that report today, and the NFL put the pressure on Minnesota to hire the 2 cheerleaders. The Chargers have hired male cheerleaders. But it was requested by the NFL. And the Browns said, no, we're not going to do that. The owner, Haslam, who I have no love lost for, he said no. Jameson with the punt from the 15-yard line. John Cunningham out to the 22-yard line. And that's where Carolina will have it 1st and 10. And so far, almost 1,200 season ticket holders on the Vikings have canceled. First and 10 from the 22-yard line. So kudos to the Cleveland Browns today. 4 wide. George under center. George looking. George. And he got hit as he threw. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line. I want to know who in the NFL higher-ups made this decision to try to pressure teams into having male cheerleaders. I'm not talking like college male cheerleaders. I'm talking flaming, rainbow-haired, pom-pom waving cheerleaders. 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line. George looking. George throws. Caught on the sideline by Franklin. J.T. Franklin down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 9. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Exactly. Do they not understand their fan base at all? I know there's women that like football, but even I've seen women online saying this is stupid. 3rd and inches from the 32-yard line, 5 wide. George in the shotgun. Empty backfield. George draws back. George throws. Caught by Quick. And John Quick across midfield to the 47-yard line. A gain of 21. First down, Panthers. The rookie out of Georgia. Bernard Henderson on the tackle. It says a lot for an organization that they would risk people giving up their season tickets when because you brought in 2 male cheerleaders. Why would you do that? 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line, 4 wide. George in the shotgun. George draws back. George throws. Caught by Jared Moore down to the 31-yard line, a gain of 16. And Carolina takes another timeout. The Panthers trying to get close for another score here. I don't know if their field goal kicker can make it. He's missed 2 extra points. Panthers have one more timeout, 46 seconds left in the half. 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 31-yard line. I think they will. I think the backlash, they will. They will. 1st and 10 for Carolina. George in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks downfield, throws. Diving catch by Franklin down to the 17-yard line. And that'll be another Carolina first down, a gain of 14 yards. Clock is moving, 32 seconds left. Franklin has slipped, making his cut. Got to his feet just in time to make the catch. They're at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. It'll be a 34-yard field goal from here. Down to 23 seconds. Panthers come out 4 wide. George in the shotgun.
319. 319.
George draws back. Throws. Caught by Quick. And John Quick down to the 2. And the Panthers take a timeout. Their final timeout. A 15-yard gain with 10 seconds left. Carolina has time to take a shot at the end zone. I am too. They're narcissistic. It's look at me. It's narcissism. Pure and simple. Look at me. Look at me. Yeah, look at you taking the place of 2 girls that could have been employed as cheerleaders, and you took their spot. How much longer are we going to allow men to invade women's spaces? First and goal from the 2-yard line. 5 wide. George in the shotgun. George looking. George rolls out, and George takes it himself. Touchdown, Carolina. A 2-yard touchdown run by Luke George. 18-3. Carolina leads it. If you had told me at the beginning of the season that Dallas would be 0-5, which they're about to be if they don't come back, I would have said you're nuts. But the Cowboys come in 0-4, and they haven't looked good tonight at all. Now the big drama. Can Hudson Bronner make an extra point? No. Oh, my God. I'm really going to have to go in and check him out. Oh, my goodness. Yes. I wish there was a button you could push to say, let's just go for 2. Yeah, I'll have to check that after the game. I'll make a note. Carolina leads it 18-3 with 4 seconds left. Each extra point has gotten progressively worse. However, the Panthers are still up by 15. Now Bronner kicks off. Now watch this. This is what I don't understand. From the 6-yard line, Holiday over the 20, 25, and Marvin Holiday as we hit halftime out to the 30-yard line. Halftime score, Carolina 18, Dallas 3, here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. We go to the second half. The 0-4 Cowboys, the 0-4 Panthers. Actually, it's Derek White that kicks off, not Bronner. Panthers up by 15, a 2-score lead. Dallas will get the opening kickoff, a chance for them to make it a 1-score game. There's the kickoff by White. From the 6-yard line, Marvin Holiday over the 20, 25, and Holiday down the sideline. Holiday's gone. Touchdown, Dallas. 94 yards. Marvin Holiday, the third-year back out of Texas, a 94-yard kickoff return for touchdown to start the second half to get the Cowboys back in the game. Coast to coast, 94 yards. That's how you get back in the game. And now the rookie out of Iowa, Robert Riker, will come on for the extra point. Hopefully he's better than the other one. Kick is up. Oh, much better. And good. Carolina leads by 8. It's a one-possession game now, 18-10. 7:50 left to play here in the third quarter. So Dallas quickly gets back in the game. That's the most exciting play in football, the kickoff return for touchdown. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing there, Viking. Watch those extra points be what derails Carolina here. But the Panthers, they're still up by 8, and they get the ball. Dallas will kick off. And the Panthers have been moving the football tonight. It's not like they've been struggling. So it ain't over till it's over. Jameson will kick off. A yard deep. John Cunningham over the 15, 20, 25. Cunningham breaks free. Are you kidding me? Are we going to see back-to-back? You betcha. Touchdown, Carolina. Back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdown. It's actually 101 yards for John Cunningham. What a way to start the second half. Back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdown. I haven't seen that in a long time. The last time we had back-to-back kickoffs for touchdowns was a playoff game between the Chargers and the Dolphins. That was, my goodness, several seasons ago. At least 7 or 8 seasons ago. Oh boy, here's the adventure. Hudson Broader, the adventure continues. The extra point. Jeez. Oh. 24-10. Someone's going to look on the scoreboard and go, hey, it's a standard score there, 24-10. Someone's going to say, well, Carolina has 3 touchdowns and a field goal. No, they have 4 touchdowns and no extra points. Oh, my goodness. Well, the Panthers are back up by 14. Can we have 3 in a row? Derek White will kick off. From the 5-yard line, Holiday over the 20, 25, gets taken down at the 16-yard line. So normalcy returns here. We'll finally have a play from scrimmage. Panthers now lead at 24-10 over the Cowboys here in the third quarter. 7:33 left in the third. After back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdown. That happened in the Ravens-Giants Super Bowl years ago. I think that was Super Bowl 35, if I'm not mistaken. 1st and 10, Dallas from the 26-yard line. Beck under center. Beck hands off to Baxter. And Baxter makes his way to the 31, a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd and 5. Coming up to make the tackle, number 20, Eric O'Neal. I intend to, Davis. Thank you. 2nd and 5 from the 31-yard line. In the offset eye, Beck under center. Beck to Baxter, gets nailed for a 2-yard loss. Donovan Elliott, the rookie linebacker out of California, Berkeley, on the tackle. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 7. So the Cowboys face a big 3rd down right here. 6:50 left here in the third quarter. Third and 7, back. Beck throws deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Looking for Plant, it was underthrown. Breaking up the pass, number 27. That's Tucker Smith, the 9th-year safety out of Arkansas. And that'll bring up 4th down, and Dallas will punt. The Panthers are going to be holding open tryouts for a kicker in the parking lot tomorrow, so Andrew Jamison will come in to punt for Dallas. Down by 14. 6:34 left in the third quarter. Jamison gets the punt away. From about the 16-yard line, John Cunningham brings it out to the 20. And that's where Carolina will take over, up by 14 with 6:27 left here in the third quarter. Luke George will come back out, the rookie out of California, Berkeley, to lead the offense. Dallas at 0-4, Carolina at 0-4. Somebody is going to win their first game tonight. Yeah, they might get. Yeah, hey. If your first name starts with P, come on down. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 4 wide. George in the shotgun. George looking, throws, incomplete. Led his receiver too much. That'll stop the clock. They were looking for John Cunningham. It'd be 6:24 left here in the third quarter. Carolina comes out in the offset eye. George under center. Weathers in motion. George hands off to Darryl Holt. And Holt down to the 22-yard line, a gain of 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 8. On the tackle, number 55, Dylan Richmond, the 11th year linebacker out of USC. So the Panthers face a big third down here. 3rd and 8 from their own 22-yard line. Coming up on 6 minutes left in the third quarter. 5 wide, empty backfield. George in the shotgun. George drops back. George throws deep, caught by Moore. And Jared Moore, 10 yards, out to the 32-yard line. First down, Carolina. Bernard Henderson on the tackle, the linebacker. First down, Panthers. .5:35 and counting. Everybody in tight. George under center on 1st and 10. Patterson in motion. George hands off to Dixon. And Dixon gets taken down after a 2-yard gain. The running back there, Darryl Dixon. And Richmond, the linebacker, on the tackle. Dylan Richmond. We have the Cardinals and the Bengals up next. We'll be in London, England for that one. Coming up on 5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Everybody in tight. George under center. Patterson in motion. George hands off to Dixon up the middle. And Dixon, a big gain. Out to the 48-yard line, a gain of 18 yards for Darryl Dixon in his 2nd year out of Stanford. That'll be a Carolina first down. That'll move them chains. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead with you here tonight, along with Jax, Viking Skywalker, CJ's here, Davis is here. Our whole cast of characters. From the Dallas 48-yard line, George in the shotgun, 4 wide. George hands off to Darryl Holt. And Holt across the 40 down to the Dallas 38-yard line, a gain of 10. And that'll be another Carolina first down. Looks like Carolina's determined to get their first win of the season. 4 minutes left in the third. 1st and 10 Panthers at the Cowboy 38-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield. George in the shotgun. 1st and 10. George looking. George throws outside to Holt. And Renard Henderson is right there to make the tackle. It's a loss of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 14. Henderson came up and made the tackle. Clock is moving, 3:35 and counting here in the third quarter. On a rainy night in Charlotte. As we kick off week number 5 of our current sim season. On 2nd and 14, 4 wide. George on the shotgun.
Now let's go. 3-19.
George to Holt, and Darrell Holt inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Got the 4 yards back, make it a 5-yard game. Be 3rd and 9. Orlando Sanders on the tackle for Dallas. As we're coming up on 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. I was kind of thinking that earlier too. Just go for it on 4th down. 3rd and 9 from the 38-yard line. George back to throw. Throws and incomplete. He was looking for Jared Moore along the sideline. He overthrew him. This would be a 55-yard field goal, but we know their kicker can't kick tonight. Hopefully they just punt. They're going to punt. Derek White, smart move. Gets the punt away. Aiming for the sideline and is out of bounds at the 22. That's just a 16-yard punt by Derek White. So the Panthers lead 24-10. It's a 2-touchdown lead. 2:43 left in the third quarter. Dallas is still in this thanks to 4 missed extra points by Carolina. I don't think I've ever said that before. It should be 28-10. 1st and 10, Dallas. Carson Beck, the quarterback, under center. 1st and 10. Beck to Baxter. And Baxter out to the 28. A gain of 6. Make it a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Tackle made by Trevor Norton, the rookie out of Missouri. Clock is moving. 2:20 left in the third. On 2nd and 5, the Cowboys come out in the offset eye. Beck under center. Beck to Baxter. And Baxter tries to get outside to no avail as Elijah Andrews comes in and makes the tackle. In his second year out of Arizona State. A loss of 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 7. Cowboys with a big 3rd down here at their own 25. 3rd and 7. Down by 14. They come out 4 wide. Beck in the shotgun.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Beck draws back. He sets up a screen pass to Baxter. Down the sideline, and Baxter picks up the 1st down. 9 yards out to the 34-yard line. 1st down, Dallas on the swing pass. That'll stop the clock with 1:42 left here in the third. Watch Dallas come back and win this game like 27-24 or some such. And those missed extra points will be the difference in the game. I get the feeling they will be. If Dallas wins by 4 or less, it will be. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Beck to Baxter. And Baxter plows forward out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 3 to bring up 2nd and 7. 120 in count. Well, the comedy has calmed down some. On 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line. Beck in the shotgun. Beck throws down the middle, caught by Marshall. And Charlie Marshall out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. Marshall in his 4th year out of Fresno State. McCleskey on the tackle for Carolina. Everett McCleskey. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Cowboys. at their own 43-yard line. We're coming up on the end of the third quarter. 4 wide for Dallas. Beck in the shotgun. Beck draws back. Beck throws. Caught by Nick Stevens, the tight end, out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 5. Stevens in his 7th year out of Tennessee. First down, Dallas. Down to 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. Down to 15 seconds. This should be the last play of the third quarter, you would think. On 1st and 10. Beck under center. Beck hands off to Marvin Holliday, who gets hit behind the line, a loss of 2. At the end of 3, Panthers lead at 24-10 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. We go to the fourth quarter. Panthers lead the Cowboys 24-10. It'll be 2nd and 12 for Dallas at their own 46-yard line as we start the fourth quarter. Both teams are 0-4, looking for their first win. One of these teams is going to be 0-5. 4 wide. Beck in the shotgun on 2nd and 12. Beck draws back. Beck sets up a screen pass. No, it gets taken down. Blocked at the line by Andrews. Elijah Andrews. Incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and 12. Dallas's only touchdown came on a kickoff return for touchdown. Their offense has only managed a field goal. 4 wide. Beck in the shotgun. Beck draws back. Throws downfield. Caught by Marshall all the way out to the 32-yard line. 22 yards to Charlie Marshall. First down, Dallas. Cowboys can make it a 1-score game with a touchdown. Why do I get the feeling this game's going to overtime? I know Dallas is still down by 2 touchdowns. I just have a sneaky feeling. First and 10, Cowboys at the Panther 32-yard line. Single back. Beck slips, looking, throws, caught by Plant, and Tom Plant all the way down to the 10-yard line. Relax for the feelings. 22 yards and a first down for Dallas. Tom Plant. And now the Cowboys are knocking at the door, trying to make it a 1-score game. He just has that vibe. Let's see if the Cowboys can't punch this in and show the Panthers how to kick an extra point. 1st and 10. They mark it just outside the 10 in the I formation. Beck to Baxter, and Baxter to the 7-yard line, a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. They get a first down at about the half-yard line. Well, if Dallas is going to do so, they need to score quickly here. We're down to 6:42 and counting. They got to leave some time to get the other score. Cowboys come out 4 wide, single back. Beck under center. Beck to Baxter, and Baxter to the 6. A gain of a yard, be 3rd and 6. Sullivan on the tackle. Wade Sullivan, the linebacker. A big 3rd down for Dallas. They'll probably go for it on 4th down. I would at this point in the game. On 3rd and 6 from the 6. Beck under center. Beck looking. Beck throws. Caught. Touchdown. Jamal Banks. A 6-yard touchdown catch by Jamal Banks, the 2nd-year receiver out of Nebraska. And now it's 24-16. Cowboys have made it a one-possession game. I would be too, Viking. I would be too. Still a lot of time left. Robert Riker for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. And the Panthers now lead by 7. Gracie's here. Say hi, Gracie.
Hi. Able that is the ball.
She knows it. 6:02 left to play here in the fourth quarter. She's waiting. There it is. She gave a thumbs up. Misty's here too. Say hi to Misty. Panthers lead by 7. 6:02 left in the fourth quarter. Well, this one got interesting. Andrew Jameson will kick off for Dallas. Misty clapped and Gracie gave a thumbs up. Jameson will kick off. From the 3-yard line, John Quick over the 15, 20, 25. And Quick brings it out to the 28-yard line. And that's where Carolina will take over with 5:58 left. Luke George, pretty good day. Not spectacular, but a good day. See if Carolina can make it a 2-score game again. What the Cowboys want is a quick possession here for Carolina, a 3-and-out, and try to get the ball back. First and 10, the Carolina Panthers come out in the offset eye.
Here we go. Green 39.
George hands off to Darryl Holt right up the middle. And Holt down to the 33-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Kerry Rule on the tackle, the linebacker. Rule was trying to punch that ball out of there. He very nearly did. It is a close game. But the big factor is that the Carolina Panthers their field goal kicker can't kick. He's missed 4 extra points. That's got to be a sim season record. 4 missed extra points in one game. On 2nd and 5, if it isn't, it is now. George in the shotgun on 2nd down. Hands off to Holt around the outside. And Darryl Holt dragging a Cowboy out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Coming up to make the tackle, number 42, Pat McAllister, the third-year safety out of San Diego State. 3rd and 1 for the Panthers now. At the 37-yard line. Great crowd tonight. I appreciate it. We have another game coming up after this. George rolls out, throws, and it's nearly picked off by Orlando Sanders, and he would have scored probably. And that'll bring up 4th down. Dallas gets the stop. I remember that game when it went to 2. There was like 6 missed. Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, that was a double overtime game a couple of seasons ago where neither team could win the game. On 4th down, Derek White gets the punt away. At the 10-yard line, Jamal Banks brings it back out to the 20-yard line. .441 left. Dallas down by 7. They have plenty of time to tie this game up. No, it's raining. And if this game goes to overtime, the advantage is on Dallas because the Panthers kicker is having a bad night. Can the Panthers defense hold on? Evil Dead, that's funny. I pre-ordered. I never got one. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 4 wide. Beck in the shotgun. Beck looking. Beck rolls out, throws downfield. Caught by Charlie Marshall. Makes a move. Marshall down the sideline. He's going to go. Maybe. They finally push him out of bounds at the 18-yard line. 62 yards, Charlie Marshall. Finally getting the tackle, pushing him out of bounds. Eric O'Neill, the safety. I thought he was going to score, but they finally cut him off at the pass there. They had the angle. But 62 yards later, Dallas has it at the Carolina 18-yard line. Dallas was down 12 to 3 at one time. They were down 24 to 10. Can someone remind me why I chose Carolina? And now the Cowboys are about to tie this up. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Beck hands off to Baxter up the middle, and Baxter to the 13-yard line, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. On the tackle, number 58. That's Donovan Elliott, the rookie out of California. Boy, a lot of players from California, Berkeley on both teams here. 2nd and 5 from the Carolina 13-yard line. Beck in the shotgun.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Beck to Baxter. And Baxter to the 12. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. Wade Sullivan on the tackle. 3:45 and counting. 3rd and 4 for Dallas at the Carolina 12. Down by a touchdown. They should be down by 11, but they're only down by 7. Beck looking, throws, caught by Banks. Jamal Banks down to the 2. A gain of 10. It'll be 1st and goal Cowboys at the Panther 2-yard line. On the tackle, Tucker Smith, the safety. But now the Cowboys are knocking on the door, trying to tie this one up. It's turned into a good game. Coming up on 3 minutes left. In the offset eye, 1st and goal from the 2. Beck, 3-step drop, looking, throws outside to Baxter. Baxter out of bounds at the 1. The linebacker, Donovan Elliott, pushed him out of bounds. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. 3 minutes exactly left to play in regulation. Panthers up 24-17. Cowboys come out in the eye. Beck under center. Beck to Holiday. He doesn't get in. Marvin Holiday, no gain. On the tackle, the linebacker, Dwayne Gates. 3rd and goal, Dallas at the 1-yard line. 2:45 and counting. From about the half-yard line. 3rd and goal. In the eye.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green.
Beck to Holiday. Touchdown, Dallas. A 1-yard touchdown run by Marvin Holiday, the 3rd-year back out of Texas. And the Cowboys have pulled to within 1. The virus to the rest of the team. How about them Cowboys? All right, Jerry Jr. Don't get excited. Remember, you're 0-4 coming in. Worst case scenario, you're 1-4. Extra point by Riker is good. We're tied at 24 with 2:29 left. Well, at least Dallas can kick an extra point. They've left a lot of time on the clock, though. 2:29 left. Remember now, Carolina, their field goal kicker is having the worst day of any career we've ever seen. Their kicker would probably miss an 18-yard field goal. That's the shortest you can have. Andrew Jameson will kick off. We could still have overtime. Steady rain all game. And there's the kickoff by Jameson. From the 2-yard line, John Quick over the 20, 25, and Quick across the 30, out to the 31-yard line. First down, Carolina with 2:24 left in regulation. Let's see what Carolina can do. Again, the Panthers are at a real disadvantage right now. I think somebody stuck the Carolina kicker with Novocaine in the leg before the game started. First and 10 from the 31-yard line in the offset eye. George under center. George, play action. George rolls out. He's going to take off down the sideline. A big gain. Nobody there. Luke George. He's a big quarterback down to the 37-yard line. "34 yards. Luke George down to the Dallas 37-yard line. As we watch the replay. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. We're tied at 24 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Bank of America Stadium. 2 minutes left in regulation. We're tied at 24. Cowboys and Panthers, they're both 0-4. How many times have I said the following? Anytime you get two bad teams playing each other, it ends up being a good game. First and 10 from the 37, 4 wide, 3 to the near side. George in the shotgun.
Here we go now.
George, high snap, hands off to Holt. Up the middle, Darryl Holt. Close to the marker, down to the 28-yard line. A gain of 9. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. A minute 49 left. Clock is moving. Aaron Jefferson on the tackle, the defensive back for Dallas. We have the Cardinals and the Bengals coming up next. That'll be our second game tonight. 1:35 and counting. Panthers come out in the eye from the Dallas 28-yard line. George to Holt again, gets the first down, breaks a tackle down to the 18-yard line. And Dallas takes a timeout. No, I've never had an undefeated team. I've come close 4 times. I've had 4 15-1 teams. In Sim Season 1, Dallas and Chicago were both 15-1 in the same season, and they both lost in the opening round of the playoffs. Sim Season 11 and 12, the Vikings went 15-1 both times. Their only loss in the regular season was to Green Bay, and they lost in the first round to Green Bay. They couldn't beat Green Bay for some reason. First and 10 from the 18-yard line.
Green 39. Green 39.
Weathers in motion. George to Holt, and Darryl Holt to the 15-yard line. Dallas takes a timeout. They're trying to conserve time in case the Panthers were to score. .121 left. It would be a 32-yard field goal, but what am I talking about? They can't kick. Second and 6 for Carolina at the Dallas 15-yard line. The Cowboys will host the Redskins next week. And Carolina, I forgot who I said. I'll look it up later. In the I formation. George, play action, throws, caught by Lee. And he gets down to the 9-yard line, a gain of 6. That's Philip Lee, the rookie tight end out of Southern Miss. Dallas takes their final timeout. And that'll bring up 3rd and 1. I forgot who I said Carolina played next week. At New Orleans, okay. They'll play at the Saints. 3rd and 1 from the 9-yard line. A minute 15 left. I get the feeling the Panthers are not going to get the first down. They'll have to kick a field goal. They'll miss it, and we'll go to overtime. 3rd and 1 from the 9. They come out in the offset eye. George hands off to Holt. Picks up the first down. 6 yards to the 3-yard line. The clock is running. 1st and goal from the 3. This is kind of a best case scenario for the Panthers. They don't have to kick a field goal. Now they have a chance to run it in. Clock is moving. 58 seconds. 1st and goal from the 3 for Carolina. In the I formation, George under center. 45 seconds. George to Holt. And Holt gets tackled from behind, gets to the 2-yard line. Orlando Sanders on the tackle. 2nd and goal from the 2. We're down to 35 seconds. Let's see what the Panthers choose to do. All right, they're going to try a 19-yard field goal. Watch him make it. Hudson Bronner from 19 yards. It's blocked. We'll never know. We're going to overtime. That's about as appropriate as it gets. We're going to overtime here at Bank of America Stadium. Oh, my goodness. Charlotte, North Carolina, Week 5 here at Javits Sports. We're going to OT. All right, here's how it works. Whoever wins the toss, if they score a touchdown on the opening drive, they win the game outright. Anything less than that, the Panthers will get the ball. Cowboys have won the toss. They will receive. that was about as appropriate as it gets. Dallas clearly has the advantage now because Carolina can't kick. Yep, there goes my money. There's the kickoff by Derek White. From the 5-yard line, Marvin Holiday over the 20, 25, and Holiday out to the 29-yard line. That's where the Cowboys will have it, 1st and 10. Remember now, the way the overtime works here, if you score a touchdown on the opening drive, you win the game. If not, anything less than that, then Carolina will get a possession. If the Cowboys do not score and have to turn the ball over, as soon as the Panthers get it, will be in sudden death. Yeah. Does anybody watch Yellowstone? They're going to take their kicker to the train station. Carson Beck to Baxter, and Baxter, nice run out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 14 yards. 1st down, Dallas. If you watch Yellowstone, you understand the reference. Bet your horse on Dallas. We're in the 1st overtime. Remember, we don't have ties. Here at Jammin' Sports, we'll keep playing until somebody learns to kick a field goal. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line where Cowboys go to die. That's right. Beck, play action. Throws deep downfield, incomplete. Yep, the train station. They're looking for Charlie Marshall. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Second and 10 from the 43. We'll still have the Cardinals-Bengals after this. On 2nd and 10, Beck to Baxter. And Baxter out to the 47, a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 6. Wade Sullivan on the tackle. So Dallas faces a big 3rd down right here. It's too bad that field goal was blocked. I wanted to see if he would have made it. 3rd and 6. Beck under center. Beck looking. Beck throws. He's got a man, and he overthrows him. Oh, my goodness. Charlie Marshall was open down the sideline. It'll be 4th down. Dallas will punt. And as soon as the Panthers get the ball, we'll be in sudden death. Yeah, his range is 14.5. Andrew Jamison back to punt. Gets the punt away. And that's going to go into the end zone. Touchback. Carolina will have it at the 20-yard line. 6:44 left in the first overtime. Luke George will come back out. The rookie quarterback out of California. The California Golden Bear. Now both teams have the virus. Great. 6:44 left in the first overtime. We're tied at 24. Carolina from their own 20-yard line.
All right, here we go.
George on the shotgun. George fakes the handoff, throws a screen to the Franklin, the wide receiver. JT Franklin, not much. In fact, he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Coming up to make the tackle, Ben Patton, the third-year safety out of Tennessee. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Our first game of Week 5 goes to overtime between two winless teams. The 0-4 Cowboys and the 0-4 Panthers. 4 wide, 2nd and 10. George in the gun. George drops back. George throws, caught by Cunningham. John Cunningham out to the 41-yard line, a gain of 21. Yeah, this is only the second overtime game this season. There was one season, a few seasons ago, where our first overtime didn't happen until week 7. And I think we only had 3 in the entire season. And then you have weeks where you have like 3 or 4 overtimes in 1 week. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. George in the shotgun. George fakes the handoff. Picks up a block. Throws. Caught by Cunningham. Out to the 44. 15 yards into Dallas territory for John Cunningham. First down, Carolina. Aaron Jefferson on the tackle for Dallas. If Carolina's going to win this in overtime, they have to score a touchdown. I really believe that. Has anyone ever not won a game? Yes, it happened twice, but in the same season. I had 2 0-16 teams in one season. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. George to Holt. And Darrell Holt to the 44-yard line. It's only happened twice. The Saints and the Ravens both went 0-16 back in sim season number 12. Obviously, they didn't play each other that season. 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line. 5 wide. George in the shotgun. George draws back. Throws near side. Oh, it's knocked down. Nearly picked off. Wesley Keaton, the 12th-year defensive back out of Missouri. That'll stop the clock with 4:39 left in the first overtime. It'll be 3rd and 10. We have had exactly 20 double overtime games in our history. We've never had a triple overtime. 3rd and 10. George in the shotgun, 4 wide. George fakes the handoff, throws, and oh my goodness, Aaron Jefferson. Had he caught that, he had a lot of real estate in front of him. I'm going to crash out. Well, this would be a 61-yard field goal. Carolina will probably punt. We're in sudden death now. Remember that. Any type of score wins. Back to punt. Derek White gets the punt away. Aiming for the sideline. Out of bounds at the 19-yard line. That's a 25-yard punt. We're in sudden death overtime. 4.5 minutes left in the first overtime. The next score wins. It doesn't matter who or how. Dallas will start at their own 19-yard line. Two 0-4 teams deep into the first overtime. It's been a rather unique game. That would be ironic. Beck to Baxter up the middle, and Baxter to the 23-yard line, a gain of 4 yards. That'd be poetic justice, would it be? Elliott on the tackle. Donovan Elliott. 2nd and 6 for Dallas. Cowboys come out. Beck under center on 2nd down. Beck pump fakes, hands off to Baxter up the middle, and Baxter out to the 32-yard line, a gain of 9. His joy through the 5 stages of grief. The first stage, your kicker can't kick. The second stage, because of that, you're in overtime. The third stage, and because of that, you'll probably lose in overtime. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. What? Yeah. 4 stages when you get blocked. 1st and 10. Beck to Baxter. Another big run by Baxter up the middle. And Sam Baxter out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 20. And Sam Baxter goes over 100 yards on the day. Misty is still bringing up the fact that Evil Dead blocked her a few days ago. Yeah, it's a losing season at 15-1. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Dallas can win it with a field goal. Beck to Holiday. And Holiday picks up 2 to the 46-yard line. Says, come on, Guru. Davis says hi there, Misty. She says hi. Under 3 minutes left in the first overtime. 2nd and 8 for the Cowboys at the Panther 46. Beck under center. Beck pump fakes. Holiday up the middle. Marvin Holiday picks up the first down. 10 yards to the 36-yard line. First down, Dallas. 2:25 and counting. Here in the first overtime. Eric O'Neal came up, made the tackle. It'd be a 53-yard field goal for the Cowboys. Remember what I said earlier? If Dallas wins by 4 points or less, you can blame it on the 4 missed field goals by Carolina. 4 missed extra points. I bet you Dallas wins by 3. Beck to Holiday. Holiday goes down behind the line, the loss of a yard. Tackle made by Donovan Elliott. A loss of 2 yards, be 2nd and 12. The Cardinals and the Bengals are up next. We'll head across the pond. It'll be our second and final London game. Not just on the field, but off the field. 2nd and 12 from the 37 in the I formation. Beck to Baxter. And Baxter plows forward down to the 32. A gain of 5, make it a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 6. Clock is still running. Elliott again on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 32-yard line. Be a 49-yard field goal from here. I can't hear you, Mr. I got headphones on. Beck in the shotgun. Beck to Baxter again, keeping it on the ground. No gain for Baxter. And that'll bring up 4th down. On the tackle, number 94, Trevor Norton. 57 seconds left in the first overtime. The Cowboys will line up for a 49-yard field goal attempt by their rookie kicker, Robert Riker. For the win from 49 yards. And the Panthers want to ice him. They call a timeout. What did I say earlier? The Dallas Cowboys win by 4 or less. 48 seconds left in the first overtime. We're tied at 24. And the Cowboys are going to try a 49-yard field goal. They have a rookie kicker. Here we go. For the game, Robert Riker, his biggest kick of his career so far. The rookie out of Iowa. Snap. Kick is up. And the kick is good. Just over the crossbar. And the Cowboys win it in overtime. 27-24. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. Bengals Cardinals up next. We'll see you then.